Mornings with Graham Goodings. Welcome to On the Road with Ned McHenry. Thanks to Travel Auctions.
Ned McHenry, good morning. Welcome to the studio.
Hello, Graham. Good morning back to you, mate.
Back off the road and into the studio. Oh, mind you, you've been in the studio a lot lately doing sport. How are you enjoying that?
Yeah, I'm really enjoying it. It's been a good new challenge to take on the sport role while the boys are away. So, yeah, I've loved it. It's been good.
They might not get back into their seats. You've been doing a good job.
They will certainly get back in their seats. I'm looking forward to getting back in the car, Graham, and actually getting out of here. I'm stuck in Highmarsh Square every day.
Well, mentally we're going to be travelling today and we're off to Yorke Peninsula, I believe.
Yeah, this is obviously a great segment. We talk about different regions, and thanks to Travel Auctions who have partnered up with us on this program, we get to raise some awareness around what they do, and you can bid on a holiday for your price. So it's not necessarily, paying a certain price for the trip. You can bid what you want to pay. So that's the great thing about Travel Auctions. And today we've got a accommodation offer down at Yorktown, which is going to be fantastic.
Oh,
we
brilliant.
might get to that a bit later, but it's all about the Yorke Peninsula today on the show.
Yeah, look, I love the Yorke Peninsula. I've got to be honest, the Riverland is my absolute favourite.
Yes.
But Yorke Peninsula, a very close second.
A close second?
And very accessible.
Well,
yeah.
On this program, for our listeners who have heard it before, all you do is just salivate over seafood and good food. So what could you eat off the Yorke Peninsula that you'd be happy with?
At Stansbury, they do their beer batter at the Stansbury pub.
Oh.
Sensational.
Is it?
Oh, just magic.
Yeah.
I haven't been there for a while, but I assume, they've stuck with it. But beer battered fish, Stansbury pub, heaven.
Yummo. Well, I thought we could engage our listeners too. 8223 0000. What's your favourite bakery on the Yorke Peninsula?
Oh, yeah, good.
Because the accommodation, obviously being at Yorktown, there's a famous bakery there, Yorktown Bakery, of course, and they do the best vanilla slice in the state.
Do they really?
I'm willing to stand on that till the day I die, Graham. That is the best vanilla slice in South Australia. They do this kind of raspberry frosting with some jam in it as well, so it's got some X factor.
Wow.
It's not your traditional vanilla slice, but it is a beauty. It's an absolute cracker.
I must say I'm a bit partial to a vanilla slice.
Oh.
Is there something that I'm not partial to? Is that what you're going to say?
Is there something you're against?
Yeah, no, vanilla slices. But I've never had one from the Yorktown Bakery. I've got to admit it. But there's some great bakeries over there. There's no question. A good pasty.
Yeah.
Or a good Lamington.
What's your favourite bakery? 8223 0000 on the Yorke Peninsula. There's so many great bakeries. Which is the best? Which is the one you go to for your meat pie or your vanilla slice? I'm telling you, that vanilla slice at Yorktown Bakery, it'll knock your socks off, Graham. I promise you. It's a beauty.
Well, I can tell you more about the good bakeries in the Riverland, like the Wakery Bakery.
Oh, yes. Yep.
Which it's got a great name, the Wakery Bakery.
Yeah, it's brilliant, isn't it?
They've got some great stuff. But, yeah, we're focusing on Yorke Peninsula. Yeah, so, folks, if you've been to one of the bakeries on Yorke Peninsula, what is your favourite thing?
Yeah.
Because they all have their own secrets, don't they? They all do it their own special way.
They certainly do. And there's lots of different great options. So looking forward to hearing everyone's opinions on that. But there's so much to do on the Yorke Peninsula.
Yeah.
And I think we'll get to that. Particularly around Yorktown, the Salt Lake Trail is something that I really enjoy. I've done the drive around there, the longer drive. It's about 45 minutes. Or maybe closer to an hour. It's about 40 kilometres. And this Salt Lake, Graham, it can change from pink to purple to white, depending on the salinity levels and the weather and the time of year. It is incredible. It's such a great spot. I'm not sure whether you've ever been there.
No, I haven't, no.
Yeah, just a great spot. And if you love the kids, Yorke Peninsula is fantastic because particularly towards the bottom end of Yorks, you'll have baby emus everywhere. So, the most traffic that you'll encounter on the Yorke Peninsula is you'll have an emu with its 5 or 6 babies crossing the road that you'll have to stop for. So the kids love that, plus all of the wildlife, and it's just a great slow pace of life on the Yorke. So it truly is a great spot.
I'm just trying to think back the times that I've gone over there and taken the family, and it's just been... one of the beauties is it's not that far from Adelaide.
No, it's not, is it?
No. I mean, it's a couple of hours drive and you're right down into the heart.
Yeah.
And I think, well, as I've said, Stansbury's probably my favourite, but I love Ardrossan and Port Vincent.
Yeah.
Yorktown,
yes.
And they've all got something about them that makes them special.
Beauty. Yeah, it's beautiful, isn't it? And one great thing as well about this time of year, Graham, as you know, footy finals means the canola is up and looking beautiful. So if you're driving through the Yorke Peninsula or some of our farming regions at the moment, that beautiful canola is just stretching our roads. It's gorgeous.
Yeah. It's the funny thing I found about, you probably shouldn't talk about this on holidays, but the proximity of Adelaide or the Yorke Peninsula to Adelaide, you could watch all the Adelaide television channels.
Oh,
Isn't that terrible? You're going over there to escape it all. But no, when sporting events and that, this is way before your time in terms of you didn't have access to internet and so forth.
Yeah.
So if you wanted to watch TV, you got, if you're out of range, you got nothing.
You needed the coverage,
because line of sight, you can see straight across to Adelaide.
Yeah.
You get all Adelaide television stations. You can listen to FiveAA.
Yeah.
It's just fantastic.
Well, what else would you like to do apart from listen to FiveAA on your holiday? That's why you go on holidays, isn't it? Just to perch up and put FiveAA on?
Fishing at Black Point.
Yes.
I love fishing there.
Yep.
It's been brilliant over the years.
Well, the fishing on the western side of Yorke Peninsula at the moment is going absolutely bonkers.
Is it?
Oh, the whiting fishing at Port Hughes, Wallaroo, places like that. Really, really good. Yeah, fantastic spot to go and catch King George whiting at the moment.
Oh, yeah. Unfortunately, I guess this side of the Gulf with the algal bloom and so forth is a little bit marginal, but if you're on the western side.
There are some challenges, no doubt, in this Gulf and on this side of Yorke Peninsula. But, the areas like Moonta Bay, Port Hughes, as I said, Wallaroo, and the further you go down south there, the whiting fishing at the moment is just spot on. And the beauty about staying at Yorktown is your central. So you can go anywhere.
Both sides.
You can go south to Marion Bay, you can pop up to Port Hughes. There's not a fish in South Australia you can't catch from those kind of areas.
Now, Jack texted in a little bit earlier saying, you blokes are on the wrong side. Moonta Bay, Port Hughes, better. So, Jack, we've got to the other side.
Yeah, we've finally got there.
And that is the beauty of Yorke Peninsula, isn't it? Because it's so narrow just to get across from one side to the other, and you get a totally different environment. And, as you've said regarding the fishing, it's sensational on the western side.
Absolutely. I'm really looking forward to your calls. 8223 0000. Maybe we could get to a couple on the other side of the break. But if you've got a hidden gem, something you love about Yorke Peninsula, what's your favourite little coastal town? Or I've asked, what is your favourite bakery? Do you get a meat pie, a vanilla slice? Is there a little hidden gem bakery on the Yorke Peninsula that you love?
There are plenty. There's no doubt about that. Yeah, so give us a call now, 8223 0000. Back shortly.
It's AFL finals time as the race for this year's flag intensifies. Catch all the action live on FiveAA. Thanks to Barnacle Bill, serving South Australians quality seafood and much, much more for over 50 years.
You could win $150,000 in next week's St. John Christmas Home Lottery Mega Draw. There's over 10,000 prizes to be won in the $7.5 million prize pool, including the $5 million grand prize package. You don't want to miss out. Enter before midnight Sunday for your chance to win $150,000. Your ticket will also be entered into all the weekly prize draws. Buy your tickets now at stjohnlottery.com.au. Licence M14834. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Refresh, reuse, renew. Take your hydration to the next level with a Puritap water filter, the eco-friendly choice when it comes to clean and sustainable hydration. Say goodbye to single-use plastic bottles and hello to purified water from the comfort of your home. Puritap's advanced water filter system removes contaminants, providing you with refreshing clean water, perfect for your reusable water bottle. Upgrade your water game today with a Puritap water filter.
Puritap, the purest water on tap.
Are you dreaming of a holiday? Well, thanks to travel auctions, you can travel at the price you choose to pay. Ned, what are we bidding for today?
The Yorke Peninsula, Graham, that's the spot for today. Imagine 10 nights hire of a powered site at the Yorktown Caravan Park. You can take it consecutively or do it as 2 5-night stays. Very, very simple. Or share it with friends at the same time, and you've got up to 12 months to travel. So there's heaps and heaps of time to use it. Located in the heart of historic Yorktown, surrounded by the unique Salt Lake Trail, as we've spoken about, you'll be close to shops, cafes, and a short drive from other local towns such as Point Turton, Edithburgh, and more. It's normally $400, but what will you bid?
Sounds good. Save on your next getaway. Don't pay full price. Just place a bid, and if you're successful, hello, Yorks. Travelauctions.com.au. Bid, win, go.
Plant the seed of your legacy. Centennial Park's new Living Legacy Forever Flowers offers a heartfelt and sustainable way to commemorate your loved one. For the first time in South Australia, Living Legacy's groundbreaking science allows your loved one's ashes to positively impact the environment, creating a beautiful, lasting tribute where friends and family can gather and reflect whilst contributing to the beautiful botanical environment. To learn more about Living Legacy Forever Flowers, visit centennialpark.org.
It's true. I have big D envy. I tried to fight it at first, but every time we went around to my hubby's mate's house, it grew stronger. I really can't stop thinking about it. If we could just get Big Difference Home Improvements around to build a new pergola, get some decking, outdoor blinds and roller shutters, maybe a new veranda, I'm sure I'd be satisfied. Don't fight your Big D envy. Get Big Difference Home Improvements around for a free measure and quote. Visit bigdifference.com.au.
Aldi's Aussie boneless pork shoulder is easy to roast.
Hey, look! It's got no bones!
I meant in the oven. Now only $8.99 per kilo. Aussie pork at Aldi prices. Aldi, good different.
Live your best life right where you are. Explore supported home with Anglicare SA.
5AA Mornings with Graham Goodings.
17 past 11, 5AA. We're on the road with Ned McHenry. We're on the road to Yorke Peninsula at the moment, and one of the favourite spots for a lot of people, Ned.
Absolutely. Yeah, talking bakeries, talking things to do, hidden gems. What's your favourite coastal town on the Yorke Peninsula? Where do you stay and what do you love?
We've got a special guest, Nick, and you can introduce them.
We certainly do. The CEO of the South Australian Tourism Commission, and she's a beauty, is Emma Terry. She joins us now. Welcome, Emma.
Good morning. Thanks, Ned. Good morning, Graham.
Thank you so much for joining us. We're talking the Yorke Peninsula today, clearly a region that you'll know a lot about and you'll enjoy going to. What are your favourite spots there?
Oh, yeah, Yorke Peninsula, a very, very special part of the state. Loving it, the laid-back coastal lifestyle, wildlife, beautiful natural beauty. Look, there are so many great spots across the whole peninsula. I really love Stansbury, Drossen down that side. We had one of our last family holidays a little bit further up, though, in Port Broughton, which was awesome. We had a lovely little cabin. I've got two little sons, aged 7 and 10, and getting them out and about in nature, off screens. My husband was actually just reflecting on it just a couple of days ago, what a great time it was and how we need to spend more time as a family doing that. So definitely Yorke Peninsula is rich in all of that, particularly for people wanting to get out and about and engage with nature.
Absolutely. Well, we were just talking about that, weren't we, Graham? We were talking about the emus down there being the biggest source of traffic on the Yorke Peninsula, particularly at the bottom end. That's the only reason you have to stop down there, is just when you've got baby emus crossing the road.
Oh God! And isn't it a thrill just to see emus, even as an Australian? And obviously, yeah, it's pretty exciting, particularly if they've got the little chicks as well. So, and it's not just emus, is it? I mean, if you're a keen bird watcher, twitcher, there is amazing birds to spot as well, and of course, kangaroos and all sorts of other wildlife as well. So, you're right; it's very, very rich in nature.
Yeah, you mentioned the nature on the Yorke Peninsula being a special part of it. In terms of tourism providers or something to do, is there anything that comes to mind there as well? Yes. Well, look, we've got lots of different tourism operators on the whole coast, particularly, people in the marine environment as well. Obviously, we know Yorke's is such a magnificent 700 kilometres of coastline, plenty of tourism businesses getting people out and about on the water as well. So whether or not it's fishing charters or swimming with marine life, surfing schools, boating, jet skis, but there's often always other things to see and do, of course, as well, walking as well. And, even just going and having a look at all the quaint little townships and, going into local cafes and bakeries, going to a couple of distilleries, microbreweries. So there's lots of things to do all across the peninsula.
Yeah, one of the big appeals, I think, is the proximity to Adelaide. I mean, once you're there, you feel like you're a million miles from anywhere, but it's only a couple of hours away.
You're right. It's a really easy commute across there for a road trip or staying. And I noted that you've got some offers going on. We can stay for longer as well. So you're right. It's not very far. It's to hit the peninsula. It's only an hour's drive from Adelaide. But obviously you want to kind of explore more as well. So that's the beauty of it. We'd actually have a road trip as well for those people thinking about going to the Yorke Peninsula and maybe have a favourite spot but want to explore it further. It's called the Coastal Way Road Trip, and it's really about highlighting all those amazing regional beaches, those secluded hideaways, those quirky towns, the sprawling national parks as well. So, and spotlighting some of that amazing food and beverage that we're just talking about along the way. So we've got plenty of resources available on southaustralia.com for anyone who wants to kind of plan, and maybe they've got a favourite spot, but they want to kind of explore further as well and maybe find some new favourite spots.
Oh, well, that's true, isn't it? You can go to a place for years and, you love it and it's terrific. And you limit your vision. You don't go any further. And then someone else tells you, have you been, across the way, the other side of, the peninsula. Oh, no, I haven't, So probably if in planning a holiday, it might be an idea to get in touch with the SATC and say, give us a few ideas.
Yeah, I think we can be creatures of habit, which is lovely because obviously we have favourite spots because they bring back great memories for us and things. But yeah, there's always, I think that's a great thing about travel. You're so right that exploring and happening on something new and different really just adds to the whole experience. So agree. And I think, particularly at the moment, and with school holidays coming up and with summer coming up, there is lots of opportunities just to, explore that bit further as well.
We just got a text in from Darren. He said a hidden gem on the Yorks, the Farm Shed Museum in Kadina. He said he can spend all day in there. The history is amazing. Homes decorated from the early days, old jail cell, cars, dresses, school building with classrooms. It's set up right from, back in the olden days with machinery, etc. He just loves it. So I thought that was a great text too. There's something for everyone. Yeah, really, really good. Emma Terry, our guest, the CEO of the South Australian Tourism Commission. We really do appreciate your time. Some great ideas there, and we look forward to getting over on Yorks and getting amongst it.
Good on you, Emma. Thanks very much for that. Another text from Steve says, "Morning, guys. Yorke Peninsula is our favourite getaway place. One of the hidden gems is the Watsakawi Brewery in Millerton. Lovely atmosphere and great beers. Yeah, there's just something about getting away from the hustle and bustle of the city and the pace. As soon as you get onto Yorke Peninsula, the pace seems to just come off life, and it just go at a different speed, and that's really good.
Yeah, totally agree. I think if anyone's looking for a real slower pace holiday where they want to reset, get amongst nature, the Yorke Peninsula, there's not many better places to do it. And as you said, Graham, it's close to Adelaide. It's not a long trip to get there. And once you're there, there's so many different coastal regions to explore. However, try telling a fella or a woman who's been at Point Turton their whole life and grown up with a family shack that she's got to go somewhere else. I don't think they will. The Yorke Peninsula, they're as loyal as they come.
Someone wants to know when is a good time to visit Yorke Peninsula. I reckon probably 365 days of the year because the weather is always pretty mild. Summers are lovely there and you've got beaches very close by. As I said, winter is pretty mild, so there's not a bad time to go to Yorke Peninsula.
Yeah, and I might be a bit biased on fishing, Graham, because this is where my head goes every time, but the Yorke Peninsula is the best fishing spot in winter in South Australia.
Is it?
It's the best whiting fishing in winter, so once summer kind of slows down and the tuna and everything stop on the fluoro, I go straight to Yorks, and that's where my boat's going most weekends.
Yeah, but you don't have to have a boat, do you? I mean, there's lots of fishing off the beach and, fishing off jetties and like.
Amazing jetties. One tip, the Moonta Bay jetty is probably the best squid fishing jetty in the whole state.
Is that right?
If you take the kids there with a squid jig, you will definitely get squid. There's actually a commercial fisherman who will absolutely hate me saying this, but he earns a living full-time off that jetty, which is just incredible. So a commercial fisherman, earning a full-time wage fishing who doesn't even have a boat. That's how good that jetty is at Moonta Bay. Sensational.
Now there'll be swarms of people going there. It'll be packed out. You'll have to book a ticket.
Yeah, I am now actually going to put my car in the garage and make sure that I hide it from that poor guy because now I've got every single tourist going and fishing on his spot. I don't think he's going to be happy. I'm going to get a brick through my windscreen or something, Graham.
No, you don't have to be into fishing. I don't know if you're aware of it, Ned, but there's a Vietnam War Memorial Walk, which only opened this year. It's located in Edithburgh. It goes right along the Yorke Peninsula coastline. It stretches between Edithburgh and Kubawi. It's 3.7 kilometres long. It's part of a larger walk, the Walk the Yorke Trail, which you can do the whole lot. I think 3.7 Ks and see me out. Yeah, it only opened in August this year. There was a huge opening. People from around Australia came. There was a Vietnam-era Huey helicopter that made a big appearance there, and the locals set it up. And if any of them listening, give us a call now and tell us about the War Memorial Walk. But they thought it's a perfect place to do that, to remember, the wonderful deeds of our veterans that served us so well. And you can walk along the trail. There are laser-cut signs about the Australian units and those that served. Sponsored bench seats. I'd be using those quite often. After a few Ks, that'd be me. And the big Huey helicopter is worth seeing.
Wow.
So that's just something else you can do on Yorks.
Great call. Great idea. Yeah.
So, you're only limited by your imagination, basically. Ray at McGill, you've got a comment on Yorks?
G'day, guys. Just your guest was speaking about Port Broughton before, and on the way there at the Dublin Bakery, always stop off for a garfish roll.
Yum.
What, a garfish roll?
A garfish roll, Ray?
Yeah, it's so good every time. Yeah, it's brilliant.
That's fantastic. That's a great recommendation.
I love gar, but I've never thought of having it in a roll.
I'm going to have to try that.
Yeah, try it. It's beautiful.
And whereabouts was that again?
Dublin Bakery.
The Dublin Bakery.
On the way.
On the freeway,
Yeah, look, I must admit I've driven past it, but I've never stopped. But next time, I'll be in for a garfish roll.
Well done. We'll come back to you, Ray. We'll have a garfish roll next week on the show, and we'll do a taste test live.
Beauty. Sounds good, guys.
Good on you, Ray. Awesome.
Thanks, Nicole. Well, Leah, we haven't got anything on lamingtons or vanilla slices or pies and pasties, but a garfish roll.
What a beauty. A garfish roll.
Would that be locally caught gar? Do they catch gar?
Yeah, the gar in our Gulf, obviously, as we said, there's some challenges with the algal bloom at the moment.
Yeah.
But the garfish locally there are fantastic. Yeah, particularly in summer. Warm temperatures, they come up on the surface. You can dab for them. It's really good fun.
Are they hard to catch?
No, garfish are super easy. Another great kid thing to do. You know, you can wade in there with a little spotlight and just dab them off the surface at night.
What do you reckon's the best fish to catch in terms of, a fight or just giving a bit of fun?
Graham, so it's only a 30-minute segment. I'd be here for hours.
Oh, okay. Maybe I shouldn't have started so late.
No, you couldn't. I could not possibly speak about one fish like that, because it's like, how many children do you have, Graham?
3.
It's like me saying to you, if you could only have one child, which one would you have?
You can't pick a favourite.
I'd have egg on my face if you said, "Oh, my youngest daughter, Grace."
Well, we're not going there. That's brilliant, Ned. Well, thanks for dropping by today with your On the Road segment. Visit Yorke Peninsula. Thanks to Travel Auctions. Ned will be back next week. Good on you, Ned.
See you then.
Hi, I'm Piper, a registered nurse at the Women's and Children's Hospital. Our health system is getting a lot bigger. We're getting more people, and there's upgrades to hospitals like new emergency departments. Heaps of new beds are already open, but there's more on the way, so you can get the right care when you need it. It's all part of building a bigger health system. To find out what's happening near you, visit biggerhealthsystem.sa.gov.au.
A message from the Government of South Australia.
Looking for a stunning new bathroom? Want the high-end look without spending a fortune? BRW can design and renovate your bathroom from start to finish at a budget that suits you. Visit our showroom today and see our beautiful new bathrooms on display. BRW, beautiful bathrooms at warehouse prices. 16 Research Road, Paraka.
We are BRW Bathroom Renovators Warehouse.
Dreaming of a holiday? Well, thanks to Travel Auctions, you can travel at the price you choose to pay. Ned, what are we bidding on today?
The Yorke Peninsula, and we've just spoken about how beautiful it is. So imagine 10 nights there of a powered site on the Yorktown Caravan Park. You can take it consecutively, or you can do it as 2 5-night stays, or share it with friends at the same time, and you've got up to 12 months to travel. How good is that? It's located in the heart of historic Yorktown, surrounded by the unique Salt Lake Trail. You'll be close to shops, cafes, and a short drive from other local towns such as Point Turton, Edithburgh, and more. It's normally $400, but what will you bid?
Sounds good to me. Save on your next getaway and don't pay full price. Just place a bid, and if you're successful, hello Yorks. Travelauctions.com.au. Bid, win, go.
Launch into study at Adelaide University. Learn from world-class academics in state-of-the-art facilities and graduate ready for the career you want. Search Adelaide University and prepare to launch.
This is 5AA News. Always Adelaide.
Good morning, Mel Usher with the news headlines. SA is leading the country when it comes to growth in apprenticeship and traineeship numbers. Outspoken Liberal MP Andrew Hastie says the party will become extinct unless it starts changing course on key issues. Snoop Dogg says he understands AFL as a way of life in Australia as he prepares to perform at the MCG on Saturday. And in sport, Collingwood assistant coach Scott Selwood has informed the Pies he'll be taking a year off in 2026. The 5AA forecast, cloud clearing and 20 today. Right now it's 17 degrees. We'll have more news at midday on 5AA, always Adelaide.
Always local.